And we are live. Nice, nice. Okay, so welcome everybody listening to the recording of this episode. What you have joined is project updates by Reality Cards. And this is a weekly event that we have. This is actually episode number 8. So we have done this for a couple of weeks now. And essentially just a weekly event where we announce new features, we do a bit of a recap of what happened last week, and just for our community to stay up to date of the latest of Reality Cards. And yeah, as you can see, I have a lot of people with me on stage this time. First of all, of course, Addy, who works a lot with community and product. And then we have Splidge on the screen also here. Super excited for our CEO to join, and he have some super exciting things to tell you guys about too. And then also Maddie, of course, working a lot with our social media, our Twitter account, and managing our different artists when events are live. And then we actually have a new guy in the team also, Izzy here. And Izzy will do a bit of an introduction once we actually go to the live agenda. If you're joining this for the first time, we usually do the setup like this. So just a short introduction now to the viewers on YouTube, and then we wait for a couple of minutes to get a couple of people in the audience, and then I will hand over to Adi for the actual live agenda. So just a couple of minutes and we will be with you with the actual agenda of the call. But until then, how are you guys doing? Anything fun happened over the weekend or anything?
I just got back off holiday and I came back to England and it's possibly hotter here than it was on holiday.
So you actually better weather in England than Greece. That has to be a first.
It's pretty nuts, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I texted a bunch with the people in the. I posted a tweet, of course, and then texted a bunch about it in Discord. But I was actually on a NFT and crypto conference in Belgrade, so I had a lot of fun this weekend and met a lot of great people in the NFT communities. That was a lot of fun actually.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice, nice. Sorry, guys, I have a problem. I have to close the call and join it again because I cannot open the screen of Discord.
No
I'm
worries, no
sorry.
worries. Jump, do a
I'm
back and
I'm
forth
coming back
jump.
in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No worries, no worries. Let's see if she manages to get back. Otherwise, I will cover up. But I can see that we have some people in the live audience. Of course, some familiar profile pics here. Super excited to see you turn up at these events every single week. It's so much fun to see the support and see that people are interested.
Yeah.
Now I can see that maybe Adi, I see Maddie's in the audience at least. Maybe we can fix so she's up on stage again.
I've invited her to be a speaker.
okay. Can you
She's
hear me?
here.
Yeah.
Perfect. A quick back and
Oh,
forth and you are on stage again.
great. I was just a little bit nervous because it didn't want to open, so
Um,
never happened before. I don't
yeah,
know why.
but you solved it
Yeah.
quickly. Nice.
Yes, I was like, okay, quick, please.
Nice. But what do you think, guys? We have some people in the audience now. Some may be
Yeah.
joining later on too. But should we get to the real agenda of the call and do a bit more of the official introduction to the team and the rest of the agenda?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. I'm handing over to Addy to get this started.
Hey, hey, Reality Cards community. Welcome back to our weekly project updates where we talk about what we did last week and what we have plans in the future for this week. And with me, I have Anton.
Yeah, hey guys, my name is Anton and I work with marketing. And then also now I'm going to hand over to Maddie, who is also on the screen here.
Hey guys, I'm Mari and I'm event and artist manager and I'm also dealing with social media right now. And today we also have a special speaker that is Splitch.
Hi, I'm Splidge. I'm the CEO of Reality Cards. Thank you, Maddie. And currently with us, we have our latest new hire. We have Izzy. Hi, Izzy.
Hi everyone, feels great to be on board with Reality Cars, and I'm responsible for influencer marketing. Thanks.
Nice, nice. Yeah, super excited to have you on, Izzy, and you're really joining Reality Cards at the perfect time, in my opinion. We have so much planned for the future, and it's going to be nice to bring you onto the team, and yeah, it's going to be fun to work with you in the future. But yeah, just to start this meeting off, we would like to, as we always do a bit of a weekly recap. So a bit of what we talked about last week on the project updates was actually a bit of the highlights there was the early adopter NFT. So for you guys who have visited our website, you can see a section there where you can get an early adopter NFT by doing some tasks, such as like subscribing to the YouTube channel, following us on Twitter, and then also joining the Discord. And of course, most of you guys who are listening to this have already done, if not all of these tasks, some of them. But I want to highlight here that you can still claim the early adopter NFT if you have completed some of these tasks. So just go into the website and claim yours there if you haven't already done that. And then also another highlight of last week was that we announced participation awards, a super exciting new feature to Reality Cards that is going to be brought on once we are back with the Reality Cards events again. And if you're more curious about that, you can actually go into the latest post on product updates here in Discord. And there we have more of an official post where you can read more about what this is all about. And actually, I have the link here. We have started since a couple of weeks back, we have started to record all of these project updates and post them onto YouTube. So we will send out the YouTube link to last week's project updates in the community called text channel right now. And yeah, that was a bit of the recap of last project updates, but I will hand over now to Maddie to talk a bit about last week's Fridays with artists that we have.
Thank you very much, Anton. So last Friday we had Igor Sheikh with us in Art Virus 69, that is an artist from Croatia, and he talked. We had a long conversation with him because he talked about so many things. For example, from a personal perspective, but also from a professional one. So he talked just a little bit about his background. He started in a particular way with graffiti art, and then he decided, because of his passion for art, to attend the university and studying graphics design. And then he started his path as a freelancer, dealing with personal projects, but also with projects for other clients. And finally, he entered the NFT world, and he basically had a sudden recognition for his capability, because he was able to sell his first NFT very quickly. And his artistic style maybe is a part of his success, because he has a particular style characterized by dynamism and the lack of limits. And for him, this is a essential part. And he ranged from abstract art, surrealism, organic, and to psychedelic art. And another peculiar trait from him is that he uses mixed media. That means that he combined traditional media, like using acrylic paint, with digital media. And thanks to this method, he is able to create particular combinations, particular colors, and mixing also different subjects. And yes, it was a very long conversation. So if you want to listen to it completely, I recommend everyone to go and see some of his works first, because you can have an idea about his art, and then to listen to the call again. And this is possible because we always record him, and so you can find it in the link I will share with you in a couple of minutes in the text channel. And now I pass the ball to Adi, because he will tell us about another news from last week.
Thank you, Maddie. So, picking up from the last week, we started a token out bounty. Details are in the announcement channel. May 13 to be exact, so you can check there all the details. So the bounty is about creating Discord emojis, and the theme is around token sale because we are soon going to launch our tokens, right? There are like 5 categories. You can pick one or all of them, and there will be prizes for it. So make sure to wear those bounty hunters pants and start sharing your art in the Comedy Creates channel. Looking forward to some amazing emojis that we can incorporate in our official Discord server. Now, the big announcement of today, I would like Anton to take over.
Yeah, thanks a lot for that, both Maddie and Adi. And as Adi are saying, we are now coming to the main event of this project updates. And as we have teased a bit about in our Twitter account and here on Discord too, we are, and as I did also in the beginning of this call, we are not doing a feature update this time. We are actually doing a whole product announcement. So I'm super excited to have our CEO Splidge on to talk a bit more about the background of this new product and for us to basically explain it to you guys. So I will hand over to you, Splidge, to introduce this a bit more.
All right, nice. Okay, so to go back a little bit, we need to sort of explain where the mechanics of reality cards came from. And really, one of the core foundations of it is a thing called Harburg attacks, which, if you don't know, I need to kind of give you a brief summary of it. So Harburg attacks is a way of finding an accurate valuation of an asset. Let's say you own a piece of artwork, the owner of the artwork will want to value it quite low if they're going to be taxed on it. And whereas Harburg tax, the idea of it is whatever value the owner puts on it, they have to be willing to sell it for that value. So if they put a low value to avoid paying taxes, they might accidentally sell it. So it's in their interest to put a high value, but if they put a high value, then they might end up paying high taxes. So it's a sort of a price finding mechanism where you are incentivized to put a decent valuation on it, otherwise you lose your precious piece of your asset or artwork or whatever it may be. That's the core mechanics we use in reality cards, where by you set your bid price, and at that bid price you are holding onto the NFT, and holding onto that NFT is accruing you those seconds of ownership, which is what will get you access to the prize pot or the NFT at the end of the market, at the end of the event. And so the Harburg tax really is the core underlying mechanic we used in reality cards there. What we've found is that we think we could use that exact same mechanic for something else. And Anton is going to explain a little bit about what other things we've been looking at.
Yeah, thanks a lot for that background explanation, Splidge. And as Splidge are saying here, we're sort of looking around what we can use this mechanic for other than reality cards. And as a sort of transition into that, I want to speak a bit about launch pads, actually. So the current launchpad market, I can assume that many in the audience and many listening to the recording actually know what launchpads are. But if you have heard before of platforms like DAO Maker, Polka Starter, and Trust Swap are some examples where you essentially just can come in and host a token generation event and a token sale to your community. So a crypto project comes on and wants to launch a token, and they set a fixed amount of tokens for sale to a fixed price. And that's really it. The community who wants to invest in the project and wants to become a part of the project goes onto that platform and buy a bunch of tokens to become a part of it. And yeah, as you sort of heard here from me in this explanation, this process sort of lacks a bit of gamification, or it's a very basic process coming onto the platform and just doing a quick swap in a transaction for a fixed amount. So not that much of a gamified process, which we, of course, at Reality Cards don't really like. And also, not really a community-centric event in itself. A lot of crypto communities want to release a token for the community to actually become a part of the team in a sense. And this event is just something that you have to do to release the token pretty much, but not that community-centric of event actually when the launchpad is on and up for sale. And as I said, to the price is already fixed here. The price is already set to a specific amount per token, and you just come on and buy it basically. And with this, as a sort of an introduction of a background, that here Splidge talking about the Harburger tax, and then me talking a bit about launchpads now and the current stage of launchpads, I want to announce to you launch cards. And launch cards, as a short explanation, is our new product, and it is a way for projects to release their own token. And with this, of course, using the mechanics that Splidge talked about earlier. So using the reality cards mechanic of the bid strategy there, and bringing it on to a token sale, which we are going to utilize at launch cards. And yeah, I'm handing over right back to Daniel now to speak a bit more about the differentiating factors between launch cards and other launch pads, and a bit about the technicalities of this new product that we are releasing.
Yeah, so it's sort of using the Harburger tax mechanism, and the way we've applied it to reality cards. We're going to sort of take that same mechanism. We're going to use it for price finding on token sales. It seems like our contracts all work like that. It's all pretty much set up to work. And yeah, what we're going to do is, it should be pretty cool. I'm just getting overexcited here and tripping over my own tongue trying to talk about it. But yeah, the idea is that this mechanic we feel will help you, rather than go to a launchpad and you're told, you can buy it for this price. You will be able to say, well, I value it at this price, and if you undervalue it, someone else can take it off you. If you really want it, you can put a higher price and you can get it. And we feel like it's a good way of sort of gamifying it, playing around with it, and doing some token sales.
Yeah,
And of
thanks a lot
course,
for. Oh, sorry, Daniel.
well, you just did the other announcement, so I was going to take the next line off you, basically by saying that, of course, if we are launching a token and we're launching a launchpad mechanism, it of course makes sense that Reality Cards token will be sold through our own launch cards platform.
Yeah,
Which,
nice. I was just going to fill in with that exact information that it wasn't really a hard process going on and hunt for somebody to use launch cards as the first customer, because as you guys know in the audience, we are of course launching our own token. So it makes so much sense for us to launch the reality cards token using launch cards. And a bit of more detail regarding that is the whitelisting spots that we have hinted about and actually introduced that a couple of you guys already are eligible for. That is actually for the token sale on launch cards. And also an important thing to notice here is that the token launch of reality cards on launch cards is not the only token generation event. We don't have much detail more than that, but just for you guys to know that this is one of the token sales of the reality cards token. And yeah, filling in a bit of the information regarding this, of course, I can imagine that many people are curious to explore even more about what launch cards is. And we are actually going to launch the individual website for this product and a whole FAQ page and a place where you can find all of this information later on a bit. But until then, we will post a post on our product updates channel where you can just learn about the basic information that we have so far about launch cards. So you can explore that a bit there. But yeah, I think I speak for everybody in the team when I said that I'm super excited to just see reality cards spreading out to a product suite of now 2 products and actually going to develop in several different ways with both launch cards here and also reality cards, the new version of reality cards. So yeah, with this exciting news, I now want to hand back to Maddie actually to speak a bit more about this week's Fridays with Artists as a bit of a switch of subjects. Do we have you with us, Maddie?
we have her muted.
We have her
But
muted. But
while
yeah,
we're
Can you hear me?
yeah,
Okay.
you're muted, but now we can hear you.
Okay, cool. So, yeah, I'm sorry. This week we will be asking Egan. I hope that the pronunciation is correct because I'm not sure. And we are going to ask him in our Twitter spaces. And he's an artist, but also an architect. And he is also working on a specific and particular project that is an fantasy metaverse combining role play and NFT elements. So something really peculiar. And for this reason, I kindly invite you to set a reminder to join our Twitter Spaces on this Friday, 4 p.m. UTC this time. And you can do it with the link that I will share with you in our text chat in just a couple of minutes. And I think that it's going to be something different and a very interesting conversation. But there is also a lot of mystery around this project and about this artist. So I'm curious to know what is coming out in these next 5 days with artists. And now I pass the ball to Anton again to get to the conclusion of our project updates.
Well, I just want to jump in there. We had an interesting question come in on the text chat where
Ah.
somebody's asking, how does our launch cards compare to a normal token generation event Dutch auction? And kind of what I'd like to say is that I didn't really explain that the way it works in reality cards with the hard budget tax is it incentivizes you to put a prediction down early because the when things are uncertain in the beginning, the price could be lower because uncertainty generally drives a lower price. So you're incentivized to try and accrue seconds early on. And so the way it works in reality cards is it helps you get an early prediction of what the event is there because you're incentivized to put your money down as early as possible. And we believe the same mechanism will work with launch cards because you kind of want to find a price quickly. The problem with the Dutch auction is everybody's just sitting there waiting to pull the trigger. And when it gets to a certain price, you sort of want to, you see people moving and then it becomes a race. And a lot of Dutch auctions now just aren't fun. It turns quickly into a gas war. Whereas with this, it's you sort of can put your money where your mouth is early on, and it's not a race for it to sell out. With a gas war, you have time to basically do the sale over a period of time, so you're eliminating that issue. I feel like this is quite a big topic, and we could probably actually do an entire conversation, like a deep dive AMA into the mechanics of different launch pads. We should probably arrange that for a later time, but that's hopefully a little summary of one of the differences we think.
Yeah, and thanks a lot for that. And as you're saying, Daniel, there's so much to talk about launch cards. And just now you brought up one aspect of it, but another aspect of that actually is what I touched on earlier, the like more community-centric mechanism of launch cards comparing to another launchpad. That this is actually an event that occurs, and a lot is happening, of course, with the price fluctuating and the price not being set to a specific amount for the token. So really feel like that of course, all of the amazing communities who want to release a token, of course, want to have an exciting way of releasing that token and something engaging that the community can gather around and make it sort of into a more, as I said, more gamified and fun event than just going into a token sale and buying the exact amount of token that you already planned before to buy. So yeah, as Daniel said here, a lot to talk about regarding launch cards, and yeah, as I said, super excited to explore that more with the community, and also that we are super open for questions with that. So I don't know. I was going to cut Splitch off before and turn this into AMA, but he was a bit before me in my agenda there. But do we have any other questions in the community called text channel that we want to bring up? I could assume that there will be coming up questions later, and that is of course totally okay, and we are available always here on Discord. But do we have anything now during the call? Any interesting stuff that has come up?
There's nothing else critical. They just want to have a comparison as well with Balancer and their launchpad. But yeah, I feel like this is quite a deep dive topic, and we could probably do a talk by itself on it. So we should do comparisons with multiple ones at a later date.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. There, as you said, there's a lot to talk about it, so we can definitely do a whole episode talking about only this, and I will definitely look into preparing something for that. But as a bit of an outro to this episode, of course, a lot of exciting news on this episode, and what I'm excited about also is not only the 10 people now in the audience listening to this are available to listen to this information, because we of course have recorded it. So if you joined in the middle or something, or if you want to tell a friend about this or something, it will also be recorded and be on YouTube. So you can listen back to the whole announcement and the whole episode. And as we always are doing, we are doing a short summary of every single project updates episode in the announcement channel. So just in a couple of hours from now, I will be posting that also if you want the short details. And as I said previously, with the announcement of launch cards, we are not ready to release the actual website and the pages for this yet. But in the meantime, we will, as I said, have a post in product updates where you can learn the information available so far for it. And of course, ask questions in the general channel if there's anything else that you are curious about regarding it. But yeah, as you see, Discord is the place where this community gather around. So if you are listening to this on YouTube, I highly suggest join our Discord, of course. This is where the action is, and you, of course, have the opportunity to be on these calls live instead and interact with the whole community here on our server. So yeah, I think that was it for this week. As we always do with these calls, we're sort of jumping over to the Hangout channel after this with sort of a post talk after this. If anybody has any quick questions there, we are free to answer, or if we just want to hang out and talk about something else for a while. But with all of this said, do we have anything else to add from the team? Anything that we missed, or any ending words from you guys?
No, I think we covered most of the stuff there. Let's head over to the Hangout channel and see what the community have to say.
Nice, nice. Sounds awesome. And thanks again to everybody in the audience joining this and everybody listening to the recording, of course. So yeah, let's see each other in a couple of seconds in the Hangout channel, and have a fantastic week, everybody. Bye bye.
Thanks. Bye bye.